Okay, today I'm just kind of gonna show you one whole video, yeah, one whole video, duh, in which I dropped my camera twice at the beginning, and that was the first drop, and I'm a dork, and then I managed to set it up upside down, so you can see how functional, like, all of my bench sessions are. Really, honestly, they're all about as functional as this. I'm gonna drop it again, I think, maybe after this one, or maybe I just did. And then I'm gonna get set it up right and we're ready to go. So I want you to notice these two guys in the background as I set things up. These guys were like staring at me basically through a good amount of my work on the bench yesterday. So just kind of keep an eye on them. Yep, he just did it. They just kind of like, it was weird. I know that, I'm in proximity to them, like what else are they going to look at? But at the same time, I mean, I'm not really that interested in looking at them. I think the only time I was really that interested in looking at them is when they were doing whatever the hell they were doing on the bench, which was just kind of ludicrous. They like literally just dropped the bar right onto their chests, and and I kind of actually enjoy watching people as they lift and kind of thinking about how I would instruct them to think to fix things about whatever lift they're doing, because I'm a weirdo like that. So if I'm going to watch somebody, basically that's going to be the only reason I'm watching them. I'm not going to watch them like this dude is right here, sit down on a bench, kind of get ready to wrap up. I'm not really doing anything. What the hell? So I want to point out, and you'll see this at the end of the video, that what I'm benching is actually 102 pounds, not 100 pounds as it appears to be loaded, as the bar appears to be loaded, because I have micro plates between that 25 and that little 2.5. They stay on better. If the micro plates that I have kind of have a little wider opening, then maybe they could, and they like to slide around in the bar if they're on the outside. So whenever I do micro loading, especially with squatting, I tend to put the little tiny plates on the inside so that nobody knows I'm actually doing more weight than I am, and my pride takes a hit. Not really. Okay, so right now I'm wrapping up, and I've started, this is my fifth set of the day, my last one. And I've been noticing this is going on. I mean, these dudes are just like, they're kind of getting in my way sometimes. They're just like looking over at me. And, you don't let it get to you, but like, you notice it. And you start to just kind of, frankly, as a woman, you just take note of it. It's not a dumb idea to be aware of your surroundings and who's taking interest in you and who isn't. Kyle, that said, is right there. Hi, Kyle. He's spotting me. He's going to hand off. And, so it's really not a big deal, but it was just it was annoying. You'll see it again at the end of the video. So anyway, here I am, and I'm setting up, and I have like the weirdest setup. I've decided I kind of want to try to bring my legs a little bit more under me, my heels. I want to plant my feet a little bit more under me than I have been. I think it's going to help me build an even bigger arch, which I'm in the process of doing. You can see me right there. I'm kind of working into this arch I'm trying to set up, which then kind of flattens a little bit when I take the bar out, but that's okay. I'm really just learning how to get an arch. So I mean, I'm flexible enough that I've started to have a better arch, and it's weird. It looks like my rib cage is like disconnected from my spine a bit there, but yeah, I guess I didn't used to have this. I've worked into it over the past 7 or 8 or 9 months, and I want it to get much better, because if you look at me benching, my arms are so long that I need everything that I can get. I need like to cut range of motion as much as I can. My arch stays pretty well for these reps. I don't really do well repping out on bench, and 102 for 4 paused is pretty good for me. But yeah, so I want to kind of continue to work on getting an arch that's larger. So, I'm gonna, yep, here's guy staring at me. Yay, thanks, buddy. Hi. I'm not doing anything anymore. It's a good time to stare at me. There you go. But watch when I unload the plates here. You'll see how I've got my little micro loading plates, and this is proof that they are on there. I kind of sometimes with YouTube videos, people are like, oh yeah, well, prove it. It doesn't look, the bar is loaded right. Well, if I take off this little outside guy, which I'm going to in a second, until then you get a nice shot of my backside here. But here we go. That little red thing, that is a micro plate. I'm taking that off. It's amazing. That weighs 1 pound, but it does. And so there's one on the other side. But yeah, so micro plates are pretty awesome. I think it's really, it's a good thing for my bench. I really need it, because I just don't have I mean, I weigh 110 pounds. Like, how big of a bench am I going to have? I don't have like a 300-pound bench. My percentages that I'm working with as you go up in weight really jump quite fast. So, the percentage jump between like 100 pounds, 105 pounds is appreciable. I mean, you're jumping from like 80% of my max to, well, definitely, I think above 85. God, I'm terrible with math and I can't do it offhand. And that's actually a pretty big percentage jump for anybody with their lifting. So, so it's good to have micro-loading plates, especially if you're a woman and you really want to improve your bench. It's something to think about. These came off of Amazon. They can be kind of hard to find. I have people be like, where'd you get them? And I was like, well, Kyle found them on Amazon and they are awesome. So, yep, dudes are looking over again a little bit. This really isn't as bad as it was for a while that day. It was just kind of really obnoxious. And I know, all they're doing is looking, but it's like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I notice it. I'm a human being. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. It makes me feel really, I hate to say it, and I'm like in charge of this, obviously. I'm really in charge of how I feel. But it does make me kind of feel self-conscious. I feel like I'd rather just be in here working and not have to feel like somebody's staring at me. So this is something that comes up on and off in the gym, and it's something you kind of work through as a lifter or whoever. Kyle often gets, a pretty appreciable audience, and he's used to it. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll have another one soon.